guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, FredMcCoy.com. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
Here's where we're at today.
That's Aunt Betty and Uriah.
If you'll turn around here, you can see the newer stone better.
Okay. Betty Elizabeth McCoy.
Uriah over there.
And here is Uriah's.
And here's what we're here about. Aunt Betty and Uriah McCoy's house and graves in Stringtown, Kentucky.
Okay.
Now, let's just go from here. Leave your camera on.
Okay.
And follow me.
Okay.
And as we're walking, I'm going to do some talking.
Okay.
We're going to go right down there toward that stone that's leaning.
Okay.
And the reason we're at Uriah and Aunt Betty
Just because
that is my great-great-grandparents.
Okay.
Their son, Asa McCoy, married Nancy Hatfield, which is what makes me where I get my Hatfield heritage.
Okay.
So Uriah and Aunt Betty had a special place in our family.
Yep.
Now, when I get down here, I'm going to show you this picture again. Don't fall, these leaves are slick.
Yeah. And noisy.
Been up here for a week now. I want to show you this picture one more time. And we just left Uriah and Aunt Betty's grave. Sheila, show your camera right here. Whoa. What's this all about? Homer and Pet McCoy.
Yep.
Now guys, I may have to get my glasses out in a minute, but that right there, and I've never, of course we got this little thing going back and forth between another YouTube channel, evidently.
Yeah.
And they don't like to be corrected.
Okay.
If you don't like being corrected, then try being correct. I know it sounds like I harp a lot, but over a year ago, this video right there came out. I didn't see it but about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Tried to contact them. I was going to ask them where they got that picture. Why would you put that picture on there as my great-great-grandparents? That's not them.
Yeah.
I can't. They got me blocked. So, you know, the only other recourse you've got when people's got you blocked or you can't contact them is to put it out there on the video to do the correction. And that's what I'm going to do today.
Okay.
Video appeared with 2 photos titled Aunt Betty and Uriah McCoy's house and graves in Stringtown. You saw the headline. You can go look at their channel. It's there. Photos as if Aunt Betty and Uriah. Just not so. Those photos that they have on that thumbnail are actually Homer and Pet McCoy.
There's their names underneath.
They knew that these 2 photos was not Uriah and Aunt Betty, but since they were discussing Uriah and Aunt Betty, they thought it'd be okay. It'd be catch somebody's attention if they used 2 pictures there as if that was Uriah and Aunt Betty. Gentlemen, we're going to discuss that in a minute. Let me keep on this subject for right now though. Okay. Once again guys, I know sometimes it sounds like I may be picking at people. I'm not picking. We done a video on the way up here. I don't know if it'll play before this one or that one in the vehicle talking about this very thing. If this was your family, now imagine this is your family, the viewer. Imagine Fred McCoy grabs a couple of pictures off the internet out of a graveyard, and I say, this is your dad, mom, this is your uncle, this is your brother, your great-grandparents, would you get upset? Now, some of you right now are saying, no, that wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't care. Hell yeah, it would bother you. Say what you want, it would bother you. If you know who your family is, and you know who your family is not, or at least not your grandparents, because everybody on this graveyard is related.
Mm-hmm.
This is a McCoy graveyard. And most of them are descendants or relation to Uriah and Aunt Betty McCoy. This was their graveyard. This is their home place over the hill.
Yeah.
That's my great-great-grandparents. How does it make you feel when you look at a YouTube video, and because people's wanting to make a YouTube video? I understand. I understand you're wanting to make money. I understand you got 4 or 5 sites. Why would you have 4 or 5 sites except to make more money? Get more subscribers, get more views, and make money. That's okay. I don't mind that. But don't use my family, please. Please don't use my family's photos, my family's history, my heritage, at least incorrectly. Use it correctly if you want, but don't do stuff like that and then think Fred McCoy is not going to come back on it, because I do. I'm coming back to this in a second. I'm coming back because in that video there's even more. You know, this gentleman, he goes on to say Uriah and Aunt Betty was more concerned about the baby than anything else. He's talking about Rosanna's baby. Your Aunt Betty took, and Uriah took Rosanna in when she got pregnant by Johnsy Hatfield. First of all, he says Johnsy was a womanizer. Johnsy went with anybody, and after he got Rosanna, he didn't want her no more. That's not true. That's not true. Johnsy almost got killed seeing Rosanna. They were taking him to jail, but that's when Rosanna went and told Devil Anson. He came back and intercepted the McCoys and took Johnsy back. You know, Stephen Hatfield, which knows the history better than anybody. In fact, when we leave here, let's go to Stephen's home place.
Okay.
But Stephen Hatfield says that Devil Anson told Johnsy, if you ever go around that McCoy girl again, if you ever go back across that river to see her again, I'll shoot you myself. And that sounds like something Devil Anson or Cap, somebody in that family, would have said. And that comes from Stephen Hatfield. It comes from a descendant, great-great-grandson of Devil Anson's, great-grandson of Tennis Hatfield's. I don't know, guys. Rosanna went to stay with her Aunt Betty because Uriah and Aunt Betty was more concerned about the baby than anyone else. The truth is, Aunt Betty and Rosanna were pals. Aunt Betty was her aunt. She loved Aunt Betty. She visited Aunt Betty. She stayed with Aunt Betty. When Randall kicked her out, she went to live with Aunt Betty. Now, do you think as a father, that didn't relieve Randall McCoy? Even though he couldn't let her come home and her pregnant and disobeyed him like she did and stayed with Johnsy, he couldn't let her come home. Do you think a father, no matter what the child has done, wasn't glad to see that his daughter had a roof over her head and someplace to stay? Do you think that Aunt Betty and Uriah didn't check with Randall and Sarah first and see if it was okay if they took Rosanna in? Of course they did. Common sense. No father wants to kick their child out and not know that they got a place to stay or live. This gentleman on this YouTube channel acts like the rest of the family got mad because Uriah and Aunt Betty took Rosanna in, and it's simply not true. They were relieved. Says Uriah and Betty will not be remembered for anything bad. They didn't get involved in the feud. They took no part. Wrong again. Wrong again. You're talking about my great-great-grandfather here. My great-great-grandfather. 1884. My great-great-grandfather in Pike County, Kentucky, 7th day of May, 1884. Commonwealth against Uriah McCoy, unlawfully shooting at another person. Bail was set at $150. Let's see who's down below him. Lark McCoy, unlawfully shooting at another person. Bail was set at $250. So once again, this gentleman's wrong. He speaks. He gets on that camera and he speaks. And he says whatever he wants to say, thinking there's going to be no recourse. And that's not right. That's not correct. If it's true, you'll never hear from Fred McCoy. But don't say that he was never in trouble. He never got involved in the feud. I beg to differ. That's a court document. That's a court case. That's evidence. I know. I'm sorry. She's motioning at me.
Yeah.
Him and Lark McCoy. There was another one here somewhere. Big Sandy News. Louisa, Kentucky. 86. The McCoys and Hatfields of this county have renewed their old trouble. Jeff McCoy was shot and killed by one of the Hatfields a few days ago. The McCoys are about defunct. Guys, listen. If you think that Lark McCoy, Bud McCoy, Jacob McCoy, Nancy McCoy, all the children of Asa Harmon McCoy and Martha Klein McCoy, do you think they didn't get mad when their father was killed, murdered? Do you think they didn't get mad when their brother was shot swimming across the Tug River from West Virginia to Kentucky by either skunk-haired Tom Wallace, Jim Vance, Cap Hatfield? Of course they got mad. You know, some people says, oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened from 1882. Nothing happened when the three McCoy boys died. For 5 years, there was nothing happened. Really? Really? Jeff McCoy's killed? Uriah? Lark McCoy's in court? There's no disposition on this. No disposition as to whatever happened. Uriah was a pretty well-off fella. That's my great-great-grandfather, but he was pretty, you can look at his house down here that he built 1800s. He's got the cabin inside of that, but fine home. And I don't know what happened to his and Lark's charges, but him and Lark was more than likely shooting or something to do with the Hatfields. They wasn't shooting at each other. They didn't go take warrants on each other. You've got two McCoys here, and you've got Jeff McCoy that's killed soon after. You've got all this stuff that's going on with Randall trying to get charges on the three McCoy boys.
On the three McCoy boys? For the three McCoy boys? Randall's trying to get charges? For the death
of the three McCoy boys. Yeah. Trying to get charges on Devil Ants for killing the three McCoy boys. You know, why does everyone take offense when I correct a wrong story that somebody has told about my family? It should be more me taking offense, and I am. I think you can tell my tone of voice and her back there doing this. And but it should be me taking offense, guys, and I do take offense. And any McCoy that's related to Uriah and Aunt Betty should take offense. This is incorrect information you're getting in order for somebody to make a YouTube video. There's too many things. It's a beautiful day. Take a picture of a tree.
Gorgeous.
Take a picture of anything. Do anything. But don't discuss another person's family history unless you want that person to discuss yours. You know, everybody in this world has got dysfunctional family members. Everybody has got ancestors. Do we really? Does it have to be Hatfields and McCoys? Why can't we go back and start researching other people's family members? Let's go back. It's easy to do. It's easy to look at court records. It's easy to look at things. Let's research people's family members. Maybe we can talk about them. If we're just wanting to do nothing more than spread rumors or incorrect information or incorrect pictures, maybe we can go find something in the court records that would really be interesting to somebody. Just imagine if I was to misidentify somebody's family members. Would you feel violated? I do. You know, I'm going to go back to this first page and see what I left off here. Well, didn't leave nothing off.
Where is that page? Yeah, I missed that one.
Gentleman says Johnsy was a womanizer. May be true, but he's buried beside his mom and dad. Rosanna, buried beside her mom and dad. Johnsy married 4 times. Sheila done a video on Rosanna and Johnsy. A good, true, accurate video. Not something to make a YouTube video or get some subscribers or to get some views. To put it out there to explain this. Why would a man that's been married 4 times be buried beside his mom and dad? Why would Rosanna, fell in love head over heels with the guy, be buried beside of her mom and dad? They were in love with each other. It's called evidence. It's called common sense. Johnsy become a womanizer before and afterwards. While he was with Rosanna, he was dedicated to Rosanna until his father and her father couldn't handle it. Sad but true. Says there was nothing between Rosanna and Johnsy. Really? They had a child between them?
Yeah.
They had a baby. I think that's something between them. You know, Rosanna named her baby Sarah Elizabeth. Sarah after her mother. Elizabeth, right up there on that grave.
After Aunt Betty, yeah.
Aunt Betty. Elizabeth Rutherford McCoy. Betty for short. Stephen told us after Devil Ants rescued Johnson that night,
Yeah, he said that one.
she went back to West Virginia, he'd shoot him himself. That sounds like him. That's as accurate of a description of Devil Ants as what anybody could describe. Maybe that's why Johnsy quit coming to Kentucky, crossing the river, coming across the river down here to this big white house, which was a cabin then, and seeing his love. Maybe that's why he gave up. He quit. He didn't want to chance it no more. Next time he may not be so lucky. Or next time maybe his dad would put a bullet in him. Says McCoys didn't like Hatfields, and Hatfields didn't like McCoys. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. All right. Guys, Asa McCoy, not Asa Harmon, Asa McCoy, which was the brother to Uriah McCoy and Sarah McCoy, the children of Samuel McCoy. Asa McCoy lived on the West Virginia side of the Tug River, across from the pawpaw trees where they're at. He was supposedly sitting on his porch the evening that they murdered the 3 McCoy boys. He lived in West Virginia. Devil Ants didn't like McCoys. 3 of the McCoys that shot 3 of the other McCoys tied up to the pawpaw trees were McCoys.
Yeah.
Selkirk McCoy and 2 others, his sons, shot the 3 McCoy boys, their first cousins. Asa McCoy, that Asa McCoy, not Asa Harmon McCoy. Seen a while ago where under Selkirk McCoy, they have his father as Asa Harmon McCoy. There was only one Asa Harmon McCoy. He was the son of Daniel McCoy. Daniel was the father to Randall and Asa Harmon. Only one Asa Harmon. Asa Harmon, we've done named a while ago the kids he had. Asa McCoy, the brother to Uriah and Sarah McCoy, was the father to Selkirk McCoy that worked for Devil Ants and lived in West Virginia. You know, there's several Asas. My great-grandfather, Asa McCoy, that married Nancy Hatfield. There was another Asa McCoy, Asa Peter McCoy. Asa Peter McCoy's the one that got the warrants on Ellis and Hatfield and 3 of his friends back in 1866 when they stole 4 of his pigs and found guilty for it and paid them back for his pigs. Guys, there's so much history to correct. There's so many things out there to correct without making new corrections. Why do we want to do that? Ask, how do you want to be remembered? You know, this gentleman, and I hate to get personal, but I think it is personal because he laughs and jokes when he's at Jack Hatfield's. He laughs and jokes when he's metal detecting. He laughs and jokes and talks about the channel. You know, if you tell the truth or you don't have any mistakes, do you hear from Fred McCoy? I don't bother him. I don't never comment on their channel. I don't even watch the other stories they do because I know if they're as accurate as they are on the Hatfields and McCoys, I don't want to see them. And I wouldn't know if they were accurate or not because I don't know that history. I know Hatfield and McCoy history. So I know when they're incorrect. He says, how do you want to be remembered? Some of these videos, he gets to the end, he talks real humble. He talks real ministry. He's a minister. He's a peacemaker. But yet on other videos, I see you. Okay. Yet on other videos, he stands there and points the finger. Where's Devil Ance's $6 million, $7 million? Where's it at? Where's the $7 million that this man said in 3 or 4 videos that Devil Ance was a millionaire? First he started out with 4 million, 5 million, then it was 6 to 7 million he was worth. There's no wills, there's no bank accounts, there's no proof whatsoever. And he finally shut up about it. He shut up about it once we called his hand on it. Where's the proof? Where's Cap Hatfield buried? He says Devil Ance wouldn't let Cap be buried on the cemetery with him. Cap chose to be buried on a separate cemetery because his son, 7-year-old Shepherd, died of malnutrition, according to Coleman C. Hatfield in his book, page 285, I believe. Guys, I don't know a whole lot in life, but I know Hatfield McCoy history.
Yep.
Don't get mad at me for studying all my life and knowing my family history. And then when you try to get on a YouTube channel to get views and make a little bit of money, you decide to say whatever you want. Nobody will care. Yeah, I care. How do you want to be remembered? He says, by some YouTuber saying good things about you someday? I could give a shit about some YouTuber saying good things about me. I'd rather you say, Fred McCoy told the truth. Fred McCoy had character. Fred McCoy was honorable. Fred McCoy tried to do the right thing. Fred McCoy marched to a different drum. Fred McCoy didn't follow the crowd. Fred McCoy didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't care. Fred McCoy was an asshole. Maybe an asshole to some people. To other people, maybe he stood up for the truth. Maybe he got passionate. You know, I read a thing on here. I Googled, what's some things you want to be remembered for? One of them was for being passionate. Like hell, Sheila says I'm passionate all the time. Every time I get mad and lose control on one of these videos, Sheila says, oh, he's just passionate. No, I'm pissed off. Okay. I'm pissed off. Okay.
We know it.
I could think of a lot of things I would rather be remembered as than worried about what some YouTuber thinks about me. YouTuber. A person that makes or produces videos or appears in videos. Guys, go download the YouTube app. Go get you a little $200 GoPro. Guess what? Hell, you're a YouTuber. My Lord, what an accomplishment. Pat you on the back. Great job. Why not just call it like it is, tell the truth every which way the direction goes. Let the chips fall where they may. Don't speak stuff into history. Don't speak it into history. There's too many things out here in life to cover. There's too many, or at least do your research. Do the research and make sure if you're going to put a picture on somebody's toenail of something, thumbnail, make sure that it's the person that you say that it is. That's the thumbnail, guys. Go look at the video. Go look at the video and you'll see those pictures right there. Homer and Pet. I don't know Homer and Pet's family, or I don't right now. May know them, may be close kin. I don't recall them. But I would say that Homer and Pet's family, if they saw that right there, and their mom and dad being identified as Uriah and Aunt Betty, they'd be as pissed off as I am. So now you got 4 people pissed off because you got the wrong people identified in your video. 10 ways to be remembered 100 years from now. Don't live for your legacy, live for your families. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking up for my families, both of them, Hatfields, Kentucky Hatfields, and Kentucky McCoys. Taking up for both my families. Find your passion. My passion is telling the truth and correcting history. Defer short-term gratification for long-term satisfaction. I want long-term. That's why we decided to do the videos. So we can have something long-term when Sheila and I are dead and gone. Somebody can look back at these videos and they can say, hey, let's go look at this. This is the truth. This is what happened. Build other people up. Build up. We're trying to build up the people that the West Virginia Hatfields of that time has torn down. And the legacy of people. Devil Anse was $7 million millionaire. We're trying to build up the people that they put down rather than these people that they make up these lies on. Be an honorable person. How much more honorable could you be than to stick your neck out here and we get as much good mail and good texts and good messages. We get a whole lot more than we do bad. But we do get, I get bad. Sheila's not in this part of it. Sheila takes no part. She agrees with me. She does the research. She knows the truth. But she don't agree with the way I present it. My family doesn't agree with the way I present things. Does it make me wrong? Makes me a bad presenter. Maybe not the best speaker there is out there. But damn if I don't tell you the truth. You know, I used to tell people, when I was a police officer, they say, what do you think about Fred McCoy? They say, well, you don't have to go down to the country store to check with people and see what he thinks about you. Fred will tell you to your face. That's Fred McCoy. That's what I want to be known as. I don't have to go gossip to somebody else. I don't have to put it on a YouTube video. I'll tell you to your face, I can't get a hold of you. You got me blocked. Define your life in terms of giving rather than taking. Be authentic. Love your family. Be helpful. Making a difference. Be kind. Being passionate. It's got a few more. You can Google. That's off Google. And that's what it says. All you gotta do is Google 10 what you want to be remembered for. And it will tell you. I'm through. I just don't. Got a headache.
Well, you got too passionate.
You don't.
That's all I can say.
You got too passionate. That's a good one. Oh, my wife. I think I'll keep her.
Thanks.
Oh, Lord. Guys, and even the people that done the video, there's videos that they have done that I have bragged on, and even the camera got too passionate, kicked off on us, got too hot.
It did.
I definitely got too hot. I done took my jacket off and had to get some air.
Yep.
Where I was saying is, we've bragged on their videos on certain ones that we knew was correct or something, but sometimes people does such a good job, it's a shame to do bad jobs like that, or it takes away from your work. Sheila was talking about I was too passionate, and it reminded me of a joke years ago. There was this guy, he got this Volkswagen. He's out riding through the desert and picked this old Indian up. They was riding around, heck, going through that desert just a flying, and that Indian, he said, oh, going to overheat. And he said, no, it's air cooled. It's a Volkswagen. Air cooled. The faster you go, cooler it gets. And he flies on across the desert, and he said, oh, you're going to blow it up. He said, no, it's air cooled. The faster you go, cooler it gets. Finally, the old Volkswagen blew up, stopped. clunked to a dead stop, and then looked at the man driving and said, froze to death.
Good
So
one.
anyway, guys, it's Fred, Sheila McCoy. Sheila, what's your take in a practical manner? I want you, because you always melling me out back here.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Sorry if I got too
Passionate.
passionate, aka mad,
Upset.
upset.